I think my dream has always been to win Kona more than Nice specifically, and of course it was amazing for me to win in Nice in front of a home crowd and stuff. But yeah, when I went into Nice, I wasn't very well prepared, so I didn't really expect much. I was really going there to almost like I would have been happy with a top 10. Nah, when I went to Kona, I was so much fitter than where I was going into Nice, and that's kind of the ironic thing because I came 18th. So yeah, I'd never been that fit in my life, and I think if anything, I probably pushed it a bit too far, and I've kind of been struggling to recover since then. So but that's also what I quite like about Ironman. It's not just about showing up and being the fittest guy. It's also about being the healthiest and just healthy in every sense, whether it be mentally or physically. And yeah, I think I pushed it a little bit too far. And obviously since then, I kind of didn't really. I actually, you'd think on paper, or I would have thought on paper that my kind of deception would reap and my almost sadness would be huge. But I feel like I dealt with it okay, and I just accepted that this was part of my journey. And you can't really control anything in life, or not a lot. We don't know what's going to happen in a year's time or 2 years time, and yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it, and I'll keep chasing it. And at the end of the day, I mean, as long as I keep believing that I can win that race, and as long as I try and do that, then I'll be happy with myself. Yeah, it's tough. I think there's some athletes are really born just to be professional athletes. I look at guys like Christian or like Magnus, and for me, they're just all they need in life is literally a turbo trainer and some food, and they'll be happy. And I'm quite a creative guy. I'm quite an entrepreneurial guy, and I think that like when I'm in this situation, I really think to myself, damn, I should be doing something else, something where I don't have to be 100% healthy every day, because there's lots of jobs where I can still show up and put the work in. And at the moment, unfortunately, in triathlon for the last 3 months, I haven't been able to do that. And I kind of feel like, imagine some carpenter just got employed to do this huge job, this huge renovation job, and he's ready to do it and everything, but he just hasn't got the tools to do it. And it's extremely frustrating because I feel like I don't have them tools. But yeah, it's also taught me a lot about myself. I think there's been periods in this last 3 or 4 months where I started questioning whether I could make it back, and it hit me then that I was actually happy if for whatever reason tomorrow I can't do the sport, I would be happy with what I've done and where I'm at in life. So, and I think that's a strength going forward, because now for me, anything else is great and is a bonus. And as I said, I'm still chasing that Kona win, but my experience from winning the World Championships taught me that even when you reach that goal, like it's not a switch and suddenly life is great. You still have to get up in the morning and have a purpose. And my purpose is to just inspire people through me trying to get the best out of myself, and also promoting like health and well-being, because it is really, really important. And you feel, it's your biggest superpower, really, your health. So that's my goal. Yeah, well, it's all quite new, and I think we had a golden era in triathlon where there was enough money to be professional, but there wasn't too much money so that the athletes themselves weren't just corns getting put left, right, and center. If you look at any other sport like F1 or cycling or football, these guys, they're competing a lot. If you're a cyclist, 250 days a year, you're not probably with your family. You're either racing or on training camp, and so it's kind of, yes, they get paid more, but at what cost? The Formula One drivers have maybe 1 month a year off, and the rest of the time they're on the road. So we had a great balance, and now it's kind of new for the triathlon community, but there's all these circuits and more money, which is great. There's a lot more professionals, and I think it's great because kids will watch all these races and be able to say to their parents, oh look, I can make money out of triathlon, which when I was young wasn't the case particularly. So yeah, I was lucky enough to sign some good deals just before these kind of circuits came about, so that it means that I can pick and choose, and I still think the one day races have more value long term than the circuits, but from a financial point of view, the circuits are probably the best. For me, still the biggest race is the Ironman World Championships, the one that's the hardest to win. And I would say the favourites are probably Magnus, Blumenfeld, and I think then Martin and Patrick. Patrick, obviously, I mean, he's way better than anyone else. over the Ironman marathon particularly. So yeah, but we'll see. I think Blumenfeld this year is back to his kind of top shape, and it'll be exciting. And then yeah, if I can turn things around and be there, that would be great also. But yeah, my eyes are really, this year for me, it's about kind of really sorting my health out so that I can have another 10 years in the sport, because I've been going a long time, even though I'm relatively young. Did my first triathlon when I was 4, so 22 years already.